What's going on, guys? Deadly here, and welcome to another episode of the FIFA 14 Ultimate Team, the winning formula. And we're going to head into the very first two games with our Russian League team. Now, if I'm not wrong, we've lost 2 games and won 2 games with this team, and we haven't lost any with the Portuguese team as of right now, I believe. Although I could be wrong, we might have lost one with the Portuguese team. But anyway, this is the very first team that we come up against, and it is honestly by far the best team that we come up against. And you guys will see that in a little bit. But this team just plays extremely well. Right there, Doumbia cuts in, and I think it has to do with the fact that everyone in my attacking has really good dribbling. McGeady, Doumbia, and Danny all have 80+ dribbling, so it makes it really easy to hold on to the ball when doing skill moves, and essentially makes it really easy to get past defenders. So those are definitely 3 players that I would definitely suggest for you guys to use. Now, he gave up after the second half. I don't really know why. I mean, he only got 1 shot on target that entire time until the 61st minute. He probably could have still come back into the game, but he decided that was it for him. He was not having fun, so he decided to leave, and then we come up against this team, and we're still using the same team, the Russian League team. And I was a little bit disappointed that I came up against this team. Although it does have 100 chemistry, there's a lot of players that are out of position, which means that a lot of them are not going to have the full 10 chemistry, and that kind of makes it hard for me to judge how good this team is. But right away, I told you guys that Costa was a really good free kick taker, so I decided there's no way I'm not going to show you a free kick. So there you go. Costa scores the first free kick right there. Danny's actually able to take the ball away from a really bad touch from his defender and puts that one right past the goalkeeper. And overall, I really like this team. Sometimes I do feel like maybe it lacks defensively, and that's probably due to the lack of defenders in the Russian League. So if you guys could probably come up with something else to replace the defense, then you could probably have a really stellar team. I really like the attack on this team. The defense isn't horrible. It's definitely manageable, and if you time your tackles right, if you time your runs right and everything, you really shouldn't have too much trouble with this defense. But overall, I really enjoy this team. The passing feels great. We're able to keep possession. The attack is amazing. I really like this team as of right now. And of course, we have lost 2 matches, and maybe those losses were well deserved. But overall, I haven't felt like this team has let me down, or I didn't feel like this team was horrible. So this team is alright, and we still have 1 game left with this team, I believe, after this episode. So there's still a little bit of room for essentially developing my ideas on the team. But anyway, we switch teams and we head into the very next 2 matches. And this team, I'm a little bit iffy about. I like the attack. I like the left wing and the right wing. They're both 4-star skillers. Same with the striker. I like the look of the defense, but I'm not sure it's the best defense. And the reason I say that is because Garay, once again, I mentioned this before, his pace is somewhat, iffy. He hasn't let me down as of right now, except for in the first episode where he let in 2 goals by Robin, and I believe it was Royce, who he couldn't catch up to. But I mean, he hasn't really been there in a position where I'm thinking, oh my god, he totally could have gotten that, and he just did not. And overall, he's a really good defender if he's in front of the striker. If he's in front of the striker, there's no chance in hell that they're going to get past him. He's that good, honestly. I really like his defending. But it's the fact that I know that he can easily get outrun that kind of scares me and makes me a little bit shaky at the back. That kind of makes his team a little bit iffy for me. The attack is wonderful, especially Danilo Diaz. He is a nifty little winger, and you guys will see that right here when he fake shots past this defender, ball rolls past that one, decides to do that weird skill move that I always do instead of a roulette, and put that one across the keeper to get it into the back of the net to make it 3-2 in the 90th minute. So Danilo Diaz, amazing little winger, and he's like 500 coins. He's Brazilian, which means you can put him in essentially any Brazilian team that you guys would like. So if you guys are looking for a nice cheap winger, he's definitely one to pick up. He seems to be really good in the game. Now, this game that we won, we actually got dominated a little bit in the possession, and he had 3 more shots on target, but he just wasn't able to finish his chances. And we head into the final, and again we come up against a not so stellar team. Sure, he has amazing players in the team, but they're not the right chemistry, which is going to make things a lot easier on me, or at least so I thought. It wasn't until the 30th minute or so that I actually was able to score from across from Danilo Diaz, hitting it first time back to Jackson Martinez, and Jackson Martinez seems to get to every single header you send his way, so he's a really nifty player if you're playing in crosses to the box and such. But he is able to come back with a nice goal from Robin. I honestly wasn't expecting that. He hit it really well. I mean, Helton couldn't get to it, gets himself a goal. And it wasn't until the second half, very late on into the second half, where Daniel Diaz gets an absolute rocket into the back of the net, past the keeper. And again, he's a really, really nifty player. And these two teams that I've built, I really like the attack. I'm a big fan of everyone in the attack. They all seem to do their job. The only player that's actually lacking is Varela. He hasn't scored a single goal for us. Daniel Diaz and Jackson Martinez seem to be the kings of this team that we're currently playing with. But anyways, that's the end of the episode. We win the Gold Cup, get ourselves 2K coins, and we still have 2 games left with this team and 1 with the Russian League team. So you guys will see that in the next episode. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, the link to that will be in the description below. The link to the last episode will also be in the description below. Other than that, have a great day or night depending on when you're watching this. Peace.